Just picked this up at Best Buy. It was on special for $89, and I'm curious to see how it works. I get the idea. I don't know much about the product, so you're gonna, I'm gonna learn from the video as much as you are. I'm a regular guy, no expert. Just bought it and thought to myself, wow, what a great idea. You don't need a computer. I think you don't need a computer. One of the things I was worried about it, and I couldn't find any information out, was the fact that this is actually not only Facebook Messenger or video, which I never use, but not only is it capable, it's ZooM capable. So ZooM is a big deal. We use ZooM. And I'm curious to see how it works with ZooM. To see, the setup and how do you set it up. I'm hoping you don't need a Facebook account. That's been driving me nuts, especially with the Oculus needing a Facebook account. Having to create, a Facebook account, just not looking forward to it. If that's the case. So this is the unboxing. Pretty hefty. Let me take everything out. Remote. And quick start guide. Works through Wi-Fi. Power cable and no HDMI. I don't find one. I can't open this up further, so no HDMI. So this is pretty much everything that comes inside of the box. And let's just take a closer look at everything. So let's take a really close look at everything. This is the remote control. And these are the actual dedicated. AAA batteries. Pretty light. And now the actual camera itself. Close-up look. I believe that's the on and off mic button. Excuse me, microphone and camera or video on and off. Quick on and off to turn it on and off. That must be, I guess, well, this actually doesn't have speakers. It works through the speakers on the TV or the monitor you're using. This is the actual. Cool. HDMI and the, I have no idea what that is. I'll tell you in a second. The power. This is the power plug. So there's a dedicated power plug for this. So the instructions or the actual manual, the quick start guide, doesn't mention anything as to what this is for. It looks like a micro USB plug or even a it could be a USB-C. Let me try that. So this is a USB-C adapter I have, a micro USB, it's a converter, micro USB to USB-C. Let's plug it in and see what happens. Oh, it goes in. So some kind of USB-C, maybe it's an additional power source. I don't see nothing in the instructions or this quick start guide. Maybe on the website it said something, but I'm not sure. But that's the back of it. And it's USB-C, as I just plugged this in, or USB-C plug fits in there. HDMI and the power. And then again, mic on and off. And the clip. Clip moves so you can put it in the back of a monitor or PC. And this front part, as you can see, moves forward to create a lip for the front of the TV, so it hangs off of it. It's rubbery, so it won't scratch the screen. This is rubber too. Rubber coating, I should say. This is, yeah, like a rubber coating with maybe a plastic. No, this is all rubber, I think. And this is maybe a piece of plastic with rubber coating. Not 100% sure. So you use that to mount it in all different directions, or you could sit it up straight, just like that. So if you push this in, it'll be too far down. If you want to even it out, pull this out. And it looks pretty even now, as you can see. Pretty cool. Now, if you're curious, some people are, want to know the weight of the actual camera itself, or the webcam, or whatever this would be called, the portable TV. So that's the weight of the actual item. Non-scientific, this is just a regular kitchen weight for food. Since we weighed that, that's very black. You know what, let's do that again. Let me zero it out. Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, about the same. Okay, so now let's just weigh really quickly I don't know why this needs to be zeroed out so much. The remote with batteries, not that heavy, pretty small too. Power supply, just because, with the cable. 4.0 without the cable. 2.8, almost 3. And I didn't finish earlier. It's a proprietary power plug. That's not a good thing. I hope that USB-C is an additional power source, which would be good. If not, you'll be able to use a USB-C cable. And I'm going to try it to see if it actually powers the device. I'll try a USB-C before I end the video. Again, I have no idea about this product. I just thought it was a cool idea, not having to need a computer on to use ZooM. So I saw a bunch of videos on this not being ZooM compatible, I guess, in the past, but recently I think it just became ZooM compatible. So I want to use it with ZooM. I want to see how that works, using it with ZooM. So let's measure real quick the power supply plug itself. About 6 feet. 6 feet 8. 6 feet. I'm gonna say 6 feet 8 inches. About 6 feet 8 inches. Almost 6 feet 8 inches. 79 inches. Play it safe. About 6 feet 7 inches. So now let's try it out and see yay or nay on how it works. This is the first thing that pops up. It's telling me to press the play and pause button on the screen. Connect to Wi-Fi. So let me connect to my Wi-Fi so I can have internet access. Now we're connected to the Wi-Fi. Let's get your portal ready. All right, it's downloading and updating. Let's come back when it's done. Now I have to restart, but let me do the tour. Start the tour. That's the whole tour. Nothing else. Now let me restart it. Now, I should have said this in the beginning of the video, but I'm not really going to do like a comparison of how it works to see, you know, the video or anything. There's a bunch of videos on that, which is not a big deal. I was just doing an unboxing, a close-up, and I want to see, I didn't see anything about ZooM, so that's what made me more curious, that it seems to be working with ZooM. So I'm going to try out ZooM, and I'm just going to let you know how I feel about. Oh, the remote is updating. How I feel about the actual device itself, just my own opinion on how well or how well it does not work on ZooM. So this whole thing is going to be on ZooM. If I don't have to log into Facebook or anything, would be great. I just want to see if I could use this for ZooM. And that's what I'm trying out, showing you the screens that come up and some information on it. But I'm not a big showing myself video person, and no one in my family is willing to do that either. So the actual, I think they have a feature that follows you, the camera follows you around. A bunch of videos on that, you can get information on that. I'm just hoping to show some things that maybe haven't been shown on the videos. On the other videos. Before we go further, I don't think I measured the actual camera, just in case someone's curious to know that information. So I'm doing this with one hand, so from left to right. About 7.5 inches. From front to back. About 2 inches. 2 inches. The front thickness, just from the bottom there to the top, about 1 inch. So it's finished. Let me see what we do next. Get started. Terms and conditions, terms of service. Okay, continue. Let me do a living room for now. Connect your account, Facebook, WhatsApp, Workplace. I don't want to do Facebook. Let me see what happens when I continue, and it won't let me continue. I don't like that. I just want to look at the interface. I don't like the fact that you have to log into Facebook. All right. All right, let me connect. So I just logged in, and it's not that I don't want, this is the problem I have. I'm not a big social media guy. I just want to be able to use ZooM. I have a Facebook account, and all I do is put pictures up there, but I'm not a big social media person. One. Continue with all contacts. All right. Don't want to do that, but what can I do? So it's telling me about the button on the right-hand side and how to turn off the mic and the camera. It's asking me to display my Facebook photos. No. Nope, I'm not. Don't want to do that.
Here's one of the voices you can choose. You can always change it later in settings.
Okay.
Here's one of the voices you can choose. You can always change it later in settings.
Again, not now. This is what comes up. Try calling a friend. I'm not interested in that right now. Basically, I just want to try to use Zoom. So this is the actual interface itself. Netflix, Facebook Watch, apps, photos, photo booth, story time, settings, Prime Video. So let me go to apps. I guess you can get apps on the App Store. Oh, pretty cool. There's a lot of apps. So let me get Zoom. That was pretty quick. So let me open it. And not now. Not now. Sign in and log that in. So I'm just going to do email login, which was at the bottom. There was a go back. There's an option for email. That's the one I chose. Let me log in this way. Let me go back again. Oh, you know what? I don't even need to log in. I could just join a meeting. Cool. I could just pick a meeting to join. Enter the meeting number. And you know what? Let me set this up. I think it's gonna work. And again, I'm just doing this for Zoom just to see if Zoom works on it, and I'll let you know how I feel about it, using it with Zoom. Pretty cool. So I can do the meeting ID. I don't need to log in, which is good. Another good feature. I'm assuming it has a history, so I should be able to just put in the code and it'll save it. And then I'll just put in the passcode whenever I'm joining that specific meeting. So I'm going to try it out and see what happens. But before we try out the Zoom option on this thing, I actually tried different USB-C cables and power connections, different power plugs, and it doesn't come up. Nothing happens. There's absolutely no signal at all. So I don't think it's used for power. Maybe it's used to configure the device, maybe for the factory, used to force firmware updates or do testing on the actual devices or transfer the OS or firmware from a computer to the device. You know, it's used by the factory for different reasons, for programming or anything like that. That's what I think. It's just my assumption, but it's definitely not powering anything on. And I tried about 3 different cables and 3 different plugs. Zoom worked excellently. I was pretty impressed. It worked well. It has a screensaver, pretty cool pictures. Another screensaver, pretty cool screensavers. The Zoom worked well, no issues whatsoever. I was on for about 20 minutes or so, and it worked very, very well. No issues whatsoever. Pretty cool. The only thing is the resolution. I could tell that it was at the other end. It wasn't of the best quality, and to my understanding, it has a 12 megapixel webcam with 720 resolution, and it's not great. I mean, I would have preferred 1080, but maybe that's the best they could do for the price of the actual item. It works very well. No issues. You can speak to people. The mic sounded fine. Audio was fine. It captured the room. It has a large field of view, I think about 112 degrees. So you get a lot of the room in the picture. And it worked really well. I'm very, very happy with it in general when it comes to actual Zoom. So if you're looking to do Zoom, which we do, we still have been using Zoom a lot. Without a computer, this is actually a pretty cool option to use this actual device now that it does Zoom. I don't like the fact that I have to log into Facebook. I wish I could just log in and log into the individual apps individually. Like I said, I'm not a big Facebook user except for putting up pictures. That's about it. As for Zoom, yes, it's used a lot, and we've used it a lot as a family, and it works pretty well for doing that. I have absolutely no complaints whatsoever in using this application. I guess that's it for my video. Like I said, I wasn't going to do all details. I think they could have done better with the camera. Instead of 720, maybe 1080. Maybe a higher megapixel webcam than the 12 megapixel. But I believe it's just a matter of time. I just like the fact that they added the Zoom feature, and that's my main thing. So I haven't decided whether I'm going to keep it or not. I might. It was on special, one of Best Buy's daily deals. And I might end up actually keeping it just because of the ease of use. Pretty easy to use. Turn it on, do the updates, everything updated, log in. Besides the fact that you have to log into Facebook, it actually worked very, very well, and I'm very happy with it. And I was just looking to use the Zoom feature, and it worked just fine. All right, so I hope you liked the video. I hope it helps. If you have any questions, please ask them below. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye.